Hey everybody, my name's Randy Wittes and this is my shop. And this is another Bodywork Butchery video for you. We got to do some work on this here Toyota. For some reason the bumper wants to fall off. Don't know why, but we're gonna find out. So we got to do a little fender repair, blend the door, paint door handles. Got a little dent here too. That could be a PDR, but we'll see. It might be a paint. Well, let's get to it. See you in a minute. But it's just that type of joint, and I forget what that name of that is, a bally thingamajiggy. Anyway, so yeah, well, see it's in. Oh man. All right, well, we raised the car up, see if we have any underneath damage, and I don't see anything other than your normal scrapes. So let's look up under here, which means I'm going to take it apart on the top and see what we can find, because it almost wants to go back into place, which the grill kind of have to do on its own. Anyway, that's broke. All right, so let's lower it back down and see where we got to go from there. Got to raise it up to lower it. So raise it up, unlock it. Yeah, this is old style. We get to do it this way. I don't have the lever on the other side. Wasn't a big fan of it. No big deal. So now we lower it. Slowly but surely. Yeah, I'll leave it right there. Using the new camera today for my major video recording. See how well that works out if it overheats and cuts off. Pretty clean under here. Then take these clips out, remove the bolts, that kind of thing, kind of loosen it up and move it out this way. Quick little yank and that's off and ready to fall all the way off. Just about. So that just lines up. That is broken. Gonna have to fix that. That's fine. A little messed up because people kept trying to jam it back up in there. And that's what happens, is they try to jam it up in there, that folds over, it won't stay, they wonder why, then they leave it, and then they put a screw in the side. Because they have no clue what's happening. Alright, so let's get this grill off. Alright, I want to show you. Here's our sensor. I'm assuming for cruise control and all that good stuff and crash assist. I don't want to unplug it, but I can see where I can unbolt it. Well, I can get the grill out. And then unbolt it from the grill. This is kind of the hard way to do things right at the moment. Easy way would probably just take the whole bumper off, but I don't think I need to do that at this time. And you can fight with this for a couple hours and then decide, okay, just take the bumper off. Two screws back there. That's why it's not coming off. I don't want to unplug this. I've unplugged it before, it's not been a big deal, but every car is different. I don't know if I'll have to recalibrate it or not, but I just don't want to take the chance because I don't have to. There. See? All right, well, let's go fix this little piece. And we'll be right back. Well, before we put the grill back in, I wanted to kind of pre-fit this bumper. I'm seeing some signs of there's still an issue. It's overlapping here, it's wide here, and here tells me this light is pushed down somehow, where this one is kind of sort of too, but it's not pushed down. This bumper just falls into place. It's nice and straight here still. See, I can put it in. Kind of straight, but you know, within reason. Don't like that. Look at the other side. It's kind of the same. Alright, well, what's going on? What is going on? You pick it up, it just picks up. It doesn't pull out. It's still like jammed back. We got a buckle here, up, and then a crease. It's fitting. That's kind of fitting, and it's just overlapping. It's not fitting well. So I'm going to take this back off. I'm going to look under that light and see what's going on. Be right back. All right, something's going on. Found a missing bolt over here on this bracket. Found the missing, not the impact bar, but the piece of styrofoam. I can't remember the name of it right at the moment. That goes in front of the impact bar. It's not there. So we're going to remove the headlight. I already removed these screws. This pops in a socket, I believe. One bolt here. that bolts through to the headlight. Everything's okay. Okay, it's not a socket, it's one of those. I'm looking for something bent. Nothing's bent. Everything is lining up the way it's supposed to, except for the bumper cover. I mean, it's not an obvious bend if it's a bend. It's just a little bit off somewhere. Everything fits okay. Goes in the socket, everything goes right in. Except for the bumper over here. And this is just a big old long process of elimination. Till you find it. Can't tilt the headlight because then this doesn't want to line up right. So it's not in there. It's not. Other side pops right in. Leaving the headlight loose. Right there. Put this bolt in, I guess. Okay, well, something else I'm seeing. It's not helping our situation. Now that we're up here in the air, look on the side of that fender right here. Now I saw this earlier, but it appears that this fender you look, is rolled in, which is going to make it shorter right through here. So if we pull that back out, which I can't get to right this second, that will help things. We'll leave that dangle because that helped. Lower back down. You see that, right? When I push this in, okay, maybe that's not supposed to go in that far. Okay. Go to right there. Still pushes it out. That look straighter? No. We have a bow here. Get rid of that. Okay, that's how we get rid of that. So, are we straighter? Yes. Does that still bug me? Yes. Does that bug me? Yes. But as we all know, over time, the bumpers sag, and they open up like that. Just notice that the paint's missing right off the edge of this. I did not want to go up over that. Because it's definitely going to be a different color. I mean, you can look from here to here because I believe this has been replaced. Don't know why you would think that, but since, you know, pieces are missing. Alright, so I think we've figured that little dilemma out. Now we just have to button her back up, put the grill back in, hopefully that holds, and go from there, start doing some body work. See you in a minute. Alright, well, it turns out I can't put the grill back on. For one thing, my repair broke. But it broke because, and I didn't notice this right off the bat, my, see these tabs on this side? They're not on that side. So, actually my repair was holding until I tried to make it fit, and it wasn't fitting, and when I went to move it, it broke. And this is a little wonky-do out of shape. So we'll have to heat that up, put that back where it belongs. It's supposed to look like that. Okay. And it'll help when we have those little things that stick down in here. Also, this little bumper retainer doohickey here, see how that bolts on there, like so? Well, that, when you bring it up, is supposed to slide and lock in there. Well, that is broken. So, which I could, probably not, because like I said, it's supposed to slide in there. So say I put a bolt in there, but see, the bolt will be in the way. So that won't work either. So I gotta get one of those. But we're making progress. So for now, the bumper hangs, kind of. I could put it up in place. Move that, throw that in the junk. Up here, like I had it. See, that's how it's supposed to go. See, well, you know, don't see nothing. Put it up where it belongs. There. See, now it works better. That got distorted because it's been hanging for so long. And on top of it, I think I want to get a new retainer for this side. Well, no, I don't either. Don't need to. I put a bolt in there. This is just, you know, one of those things. Yeah, see, there, it's fine. All right, new grill. Put a couple zip ties on her to hold her up in place, and we'll be good. See you in a minute. All right, so we got the grill on order, and I'm gonna start doing some metal straightening here in a minute, but first I want to get my color as nice looking as it can be, and hood down. So for color match later on, we got to bring the color back, get the contaminants out of it, do the best we can there, and anyway, let's get started, I guess. Okay, I'm going to show you. A little shinier, which I don't care, it's getting cleared. A little shinier, but see what happens in bug damage? Turns it white. This isn't as white. So you gotta be careful when you do that. Can bite you in the butt. Anyhow, blending into the door. for the moment. So I'm gonna start doing some metal straightening, and I'll see you in a minute. All right, let's get busy beating on some fenders, straightening some metal. It's nice I got this thing up in the air. A little easier on the back. Multiple things happening. Look at that. Push it out with my finger. Okay, I think that's as good as we're gonna get with the metal straightening part. Like a little mud in there and smooth things out. Tap a couple spots down. And right there. Really low there. Nothing to dent that end. Nothing at all. A little low right there. Low. We'll build it. We'll smooth her out. Make her look good. All right, that's fitting much better. Got that fender out. Got it straightened. all that good stuff. I'll put this thing back in. Interesting. This goes off the strut tower, I guess. That back about where it's supposed to be. There. There. That relax after a while. Yeah. All right. Good enough. See you in a bit. Hey everybody, so I'm back again. We got all the metal straightening done, and now we're going to do a little 80 grit, rough up the paint, because the paint is a good replacement for epoxy primer, for example. Nothing's wrong with it, might as well utilize it. So here we go. Okay, I'm gonna mix up some body filler. Be right back. I got some body filler. I gotta mix it up. I use body filler from Crest, C-R-E-S-T company. It's called Shark Bite. Tacks up. After it hardens, it is tack free literally in 5-7 minutes, and I like it. It sticks to everything. It's doesn't have a lot of pinholes. You see how I stirred this up? Look at it. All right, let's get the spreading. Our adhesion coat, as they call it, but it sticks pretty well no matter what. Alright, it's literally been about 5 minutes. Probably cheese grate it if you were a cheese grater. I'm not going to on this one. Boom, see how that popped off the floor? Let me get a piece of cardboard. Always wear your mask and your safety glasses. I can't speak too well if I'm wearing a mask. Plus I have fans right there blowing the dirt and dust that way. That way. Now you could cheese grate this just to get the tack off, which, you know, yeah, there is a little bit, but we literally have been maybe 8 minutes and tack is almost gone. But I'm going to start sanding anyway. All right, I'm now going to get my dry guide coat put on here. I'm going to switch over to 180 and finish out and get these things. All right, here's the guide coat. Careful with the fans. This is going to show me scratches, pinholes, and whatever else. It's going to help me get that wheel well line straight. This one, not so much straight, but where it needs to be. I want to show you real quick here. As I sand, the lines will disappear. So I'll have just 80 or 180. And you can kind of see up here there's going to be some pits. Let's say that. Right there. It happens. I didn't say that it was perfect, but there's not a lot of pinholes in there. I've used worse stuff, that's for sure. Well, we almost got it in one coat, which is highly unusual, but we did not. Pretty big marks right there that I didn't get. I don't like how I'm sanding really hard on metal here, so I tapped that in, as you saw. This doesn't feel bad. The transition from a style line to no style line, it's a little bit to be desired. We need a little filler in here. Smooth this out. This little edge right here. Need to transition that better. Probably sand some of that mud out. A little pinhole still. I need to transition that a little bit too. Anyway, I'm going to put on another ski. Alright, well, cardboard fell down, so probably got a lot of wind noise. Anyway, that should be fine. It'll at least be smoother in the transition. It has to angle up this way and then go flat. But it'll be fine. It's curve fender. You don't see that kind of stuff. Should have had a little more right there, really. Kept that going. But it's alright. We'll make it work. Got that covered up. We're on schedule. Got to put a new battery in. See you in a minute. And then you put body filler over it. Like here. Transition is the best right there. Put a little extra primer on it. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna do that and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, a little 320. I am concentrating on the 80 grit scratches that are in here. And the 180s up toward the edge. Over that a little bit. Good thing it's round. Oh, man. That means more money, more, and that could be PDR, meaning paintless dent repair. Somebody could fix that. I've got this right here. Yeah, I think we're gonna skip it. It's gonna take more paint, more clear. We gotta do this back here. Yeah, that clear's gone. We gotta save it so we can blend into here, so we still kind of match. So, we're gonna do that. We're gonna finish off and get her taped up. See you in a minute. All right, everybody, it's taped up. I didn't lower it down and roll it out. I'm doing it right there. I raised it up. So the light gray you see on there is self-etching primer wherever I had a little bare metal. So that's how we're going to do that. And I'm going to spray some urethane on here. Let's hope for the best. That's it. We'll let it dry for a couple days. See ya in a bit. All right, everybody, so we sprayed the urethane on, as you can see. Did the rear bumper, a couple spots. Anyhow, what we're doing now, just in case I don't like it and I have to do body work on it, or I mess it up in some fashion, I'm gonna try to PDR this dent, and I'm not good at that. I don't have a lot of patience in it. I can't, but I've been practicing, and the only way to get good at it is to actually do it. So I've got some little tools, I guess if you want to call it that I've accumulated to do this with. And they're in this box, you know, just basic little rods, nothing fancy. I wish I had the fancy ones, but they're not cheap. So I'm gonna get set up. I pulled the door panel off, pulled that down. Didn't know they still use that because it's sticky and gooey. So we're gonna get started. See you in a minute. We're set up. This little doohickey puts lines across the dent so you can see it. So that's the dent right there. It's gonna look different from your angle than my angle because I'm gonna be back there and doing my best to try to work this little thing out. Right on the crease, of course, makes it more challenging. Have various tools. I have no idea which one I'm going to use. Different rod lengths, different whatever. And again, these are just cheapy little ones you can pick up. And I have basically one little access hole right about here to get in behind here. After I pull the door panel off, there's a big old hole over in this area. But you know how that goes. And one down at the bottom. See what that looks like from you. Yeah, you can still see. All right. Let's see what happens. Not get a good angle so far with my little push rod, and I can't see it from back here. Oh The problem I have is I can't tell where I am as far as the dent goes. Yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get leverage so then I can get this little rounded tip up in here and just so you have your torque on it like that. And I can't get anything in there to get torque. There's too much space. My hole's right behind here. It would be better if it was over here, and then I could come in at an angle and do that. But, so I'm gonna work at it. We'll be back. All right, well, I've already put a little dimple in it right there. Basically what I'm doing with this little straight bar is pushing straight out and using my body weight, and I was a little too aggressive, as you can see. Shouldn't be a dimple like that. It pushed out really easy. So I'm a little easier. Again, I don't know where I am half the time. All right, I'm gonna keep picking at it. That's all I can do. And there's just a little tiny crease right through here. You can see it that way. Right through here. You see how crooked those lines are? And I just can't. The bottom part's turning out pretty well, but again, that little crease runs right over the style line. And it just does not. I can't tell where I am. See all my little dimples? I got little dimples there, but none right on it. So we just keep trying. Sure does look crappy out here. And all kinds of little dings in it. You know, this metal one's it's okay, but I think you're supposed to use it as a sweep and a push versus I'm pushing like this, making little dimples. I don't have the little rubber tip ones, which probably would have been better, little less aggressive, let's say. Let's take that light off there and see what that looks like. Well, it's not as big. You know what I mean? Like I said, I wasn't going in there to make it perfect, but it would be nice if I could have, but I just don't have the right tools, let's say. Alright, well, I'm done. As far as I'm gonna go, and as you can see, it looks bad. But it's not as bad as it was. So that's what we're doing. I'll stand back over here. Don't get it in the light. It's all right. It's, you know, what I accomplished. I could spend probably 14 more hours on it, but I'm not gonna. It's just not as big as it was. It's still there, and somebody will look at that. Oh, I can get that out. PDR that much better than I did, and get it straight and perfect. So that's it for the PDR lesson, because it's not a lesson. Now we're moving on. I got to sand all this down, block that, do the bumper, get it ready for paint. See you in a bit. All right, we're getting ready to paint. I'm going to wipe this thing down with some Prep Solve. Help tape stick and get whatever off of it. I did sand some stuff. Actually, I need to fill 2 little pits right there. But we'll get that in a minute. It'll be fun. Like using this stuff whenever I can. Not cheap. Doesn't always work. But, you know, what are you gonna do? Okay, well, it's my example of very frustrating pain in the ass. I mean, somebody tell me what I'm doing wrong. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm gonna keep taping. I'll see you in a minute. Alrighty, so that's 2 quick coats of clear. That'll shrink down, dye back, and be as ugly as the original. I think we got the color as close as we're gonna get it. I had to put 50% binder clear. Got a little boo-boo. Good enough. Binder clear in it to candy it out, I want to call it, meaning thin out the top color and make it more red. Otherwise it was too dark. It wasn't blending for me, and I think we got there. We got there good enough. Let's see where, let's see. Yeah, I think we got there good enough. Not any worse than the front bumper. Yeah, because it was pretty bad. earlier. I mean, I was ready to quit. But never give up. So there it is. Pretty sparkly. Probably a little too sparkly, but it is what it is. Again, that looks good. Our blend looks good. So let's say ship it. So we are gonna see you after a bit. All right, you guys, well, we're done painting and getting through that nightmare. Actually turned out pretty well. You can see through here. Not outside. I did take it outside, still looked pretty good. Remember, this was painted by someone else, but it's in the ballpark. We blended up here, didn't even really get on that, so that still matches pretty good. Got a little hoop-de-doo down here. May get a stripe, I don't know. But what we're concentrating on right at the moment, and I don't know if you can see, but you can look through here. See how dull this factory paint is? So trying to shine that back up so we can at least match this as close as possible. I've already buffed this here some. So it's getting closer. It's looking better. Remember, that's where we had our dent with PEDR. This is not buffed yet. A little difference in shine. So we're gonna work on that and make her just a little better. Everything's just a little better. Not perfect, but a little better. Well, I'm gonna keep working on this, because it's gonna take some, but the shine and what we're looking at shine, don't worry that it's not exactly matching, because we did spot this in right here and spray that door. But the shine is what we are looking for. And I think you can see that. It's close to the same. So I'm gonna keep working on it. See you in a minute. All right, well, we're back. Now, remember I talked about that little sagger right there, if you can see. I lessened it some, but it's in curve, and my razor blade trick wouldn't work. I used a little tiny block, and it really doesn't get them out. So the other trick is we're gonna put a pinstripe over it. So you can watch me do that. Trick to putting on a pinstripe is go as far as you can and then just touch it, and then finish off. Then look down the side of the car. I needed to, this was what I wanted to cover, so I got to come back over here. Layer down. See what that looks like from a distance. If you have any really bad spots in it. We're going to move this up a little bit. There's a style line on this quarter panel that I was trying to follow. But it's because of this style line, Looks like it's droopy. So we're gonna just kind of break that in the middle. And fan isn't helping me much. That fan wants to blow it around, but if you're outside trying to do something, it would do the same thing. The wind was blowing. So we're looking down there. I don't like this. So let's look down this again and pull it and just make it straighter. Kind of make it meet in the middle of that headlight. So stand back, look at it. Looks good. Fender kind of droops, so we gotta kind of go with the fender a little bit. Same thing with the quarter style line here, but there's one here as well as one here. So just gotta kind of make it happy. Now, if we're looking this way, down that fender, really kind of droops down. But we've got a bulge in the fender. So we could probably bring this up even more. Don't stretch your tape. Just let it lay. And it's not stuck down right now, just in a couple spots. I think that's fine. That's gonna look funny right there because the fender bulges out. But I think that's good enough. So now what we do, we touch here, lightly go down the stripe to stick it on. If you go too fast, too hard, it'll buckle up on you, and then you got a mess. So, and plus it wants to move around if you're not careful. So go back, push a little harder. There's a clear over the pinstripe that we want to peel off. And then we'll fix the ends and get a razor blade. Depending on how old your stripe is, how easy it comes off. Always pull it back at a sharp angle so it won't lift your stripe. And don't forget to cut these because, you know, they won't open. And you can put a stupid little point on it if you want, or a zigzag, or whatever you want to do. But that's all we're gonna do for that. And don't cut into your paint if you can help it. Always cut back from the edge because these will want to peel. You don't want to wrap them around because they won't stick. So, we'll work on that one. So anyway, you get the idea. That's how we pinstripe. See you in a minute. All right, well, the hubcaps didn't come in today, so I just put the best ones on this side, and we're gonna just show you what it looks like on the outside. No sun shining on it except for one little spot right there. So from here, it looks good. I think that'll get us through to the auction. Get her all cleaned up and send it to the professional detailer, and she'll look snazzy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next video.